We have a big problem. And the ingredients for the bull recipe are here. Number 1, 2, 3, and 4. So we likely know what's going to happen next. But first, you're probably wondering, what exactly is this big problem? Here, I'll tell you. It's a money problem. It's a $7 trillion money problem. US money market funds are currently sitting at $7 trillion for the first time ever. Whoa. Everyone thinks market's going to go up, but they keep raising more and more cash. And this becomes very curious because we were at greed a year ago, a month ago, a week ago. We went to neutral briefly, and now we're back up here to greed. So are stocks going to go mega big up? Well, maybe, because keep America great, which means what? Keep the charts going up. Keep the S&P 500 great. Keep it great. That's Trump's motto. And the scoreboard for him is going to be the S&P 500. Isn't that great? Yes. Trump should be taken seriously, but not literally. What does that mean? Art of the deal, baby. Maybe we're going to get some beautiful deals for America, which it deserves. So now, because we have ingredient 1, which is printing a higher high, that's yesterday. Sorry, that's 2 days ago. Hollow candle, bullish engulfing. 2 days ago, we also got number 2, but today we got 3 and 4. All right. At part of the day, I'm not going to lie, it looked pretty bleak. We're sitting here at the low of the day. I'm like, is it over? Right? The video from a couple days ago. Well, it wasn't quite over. So as of right now, as I alluded to yesterday, I suspect it looks like right here. These 2 times look awfully familiar to me. Why? Because it's very simple for me. We have a key area. In this case here, it's like a ceiling, right? Resistance becomes support. And now in this most recent case, we have this area right here, ceiling, resistance, currently acting as support. If we can carve out a bottom from here and push higher, that's excellent, because right now the weekly chart, it looks good. We're currently forming a higher low. Is it a higher low? Yes, it is. It's by about 20 cents. And then here to the monthly chart, it's back to being bullish. So what does that mean? We have a big problem. It's time to go mega big up, right? You're probably wondering how mega big up. And this is where the word mega big up comes from, because I'm trying to think of the appropriate word, because if it's currently the template from last year, well, we're basically already at our target. And we're now more than 1,100 points higher. So how much higher can we really go? What is mega big up? Here we go. This is what mega big up could be. It's number 1, 2, 3, 4. It's a recipe we've been following on number 4, which we broke out and now have. It means basically 1,500 on SPY. 1,500 on SPY, yes. I was talking about this at 529 on SPY. Where are we now? 593, and we did actually even break 600. We actually found buyers all the way up to and over that area. Over here, we did make it to 500. We made it to 479.98. That's right here. That's our previous all-time high. So the bulls are actually like really strong. And it's not just the S&P 500, which looks good right now. Look at what the NASDAQ's doing. What did it do? It got a daily candle close back above the previous all-time high with what? With dip buyers and higher lows. This is really, really, really good. If we can't draw fancy trend lines, not that my trend lines are good, but if we're over the short-term price, which is the blue line, and we're forming higher lows, excellent. What do we need now? We need a higher high. We need to form a higher low as a potential bottoming pattern. Again, we get that pattern from here going back to SPX. I've not updated these as frequently lately, but a higher low or a failed breakdown as a bottoming pattern. But what we need to go higher is a higher high over that candle high. That's an expansion signal. That's literally what we just went through here on the daily chart for the S&P 500. And remember, I also just told you that on the monthly chart, we're now what? Currently over the candle high. That's why we get the green light. So even though things might feel a little bit scary, we were actually just on support. That's right. When stocks are crashing, when we're getting discounts, that's usually when people want to start running out of the store. It's a little bit crazy. As of right now, the metaphor was the beach ball. And just before we go further, I'm going to ask you for a huge favor. If you could please consider smashing that thumbs up or subscribing to the channel, I would greatly appreciate that. So if we're above the beach ball, it means, hey, party on, right? We're above the beach ball. Yes. We're above the 50 MA. Yes. We started filling the downside gap and we're like, nope, we filled the upside gap and now we're looking for more. Why? Closing at or near the high of the candle. So 1,500. Yeah, that's right. Buckle up. Might be a really bullish couple of years ahead. How could that happen though? You're like, how could this happen? Well, first of all, it's only been 2 years since ChatGPT was officially launched. Initial release date is November 30th of 2022. Yeah, it's only been 2 years. We go down the slope of hope and then up the wall of worry until what? until we don't have anyone left to buy anymore. Still tons of buyers. I believe that ChatGPT is still early into its adoption curve. What does that mean? It means I think we're about right here. Apple only today revealed that we're going to have something to compete in 2026. I'm like, what, 2026? Here's a joke that I made. Let me see if I can pull this over here. Here's a joke that I made. So this is from Apple. They're telling us that they aim to launch Siri revamp in 2026 with more in-house AI. The joke here is that it reminds me of this movie, Her. Have you seen that movie? Oh my goodness, right? Yeah, that's definitely what it reminds me of. So if now we think about where we are on this bell curve of adoption relative to how long this bull market could last, man, we could be early. Why? Look at the numbers. 2.5% is early innovators. Apple hasn't even really done it. Apple's not usually first, but they usually come in and do it best. So I think we're probably into like early adoption. So I think that's, or maybe going in here, maybe. So 13 plus 3%, that's like 16%. That's not even that much. Right, we're about right here. 16%. Yeah. The train has only just left the station. And I think this money is going to start looking for a home at some point. They're going to start feeling what? Maybe some FOMO, maybe some greed. They haven't felt it yet. I don't know what it's going to take. Maybe it's going to be NVIDIA kicking it off. And that's really what's happening here. Look at the last year. NVIDIA's up 200%, right? This could bleed or, again, bottom down because now it's the biggest stock in the world. That's NVIDIA. And a lot of people don't even know what NVIDIA is. What does that mean? There's still potential buyers out there. There's still buyers we can go find. And it means that if the king, which is now NVIDIA, is feeding through to every other name by being bullish, it means the theme is broadly good. That's called contagion. And Trump wants to keep the stock market great, right? Don't take him too seriously, right? Make stonks go up. Everyone knows, right? Talk a good fight, but man, when it comes down to making a good deal, man, this guy's doing it. Look at this headline here. Read this and don't tell me that he's doing some kind of art of the deal. Read this. Xi offers an olive branch to Trump. Whoa. What does he tell us? It's very, very clear. Send a very clear message to Trump. We want to be friends, right? Please, sir. We'll be friends. Yes, we can be friends. Why? Because this scoreboard is the S&P 500. I think something mega huge is coming, right? Mega big gap. Where it's hard for me to exactly pinpoint what's going to happen, but you'll have to just follow along. I'm feeling so optimistic right now. Looking to this looks really excited. Not going to lie on that one. Dollar still looks really strong. Yes. Volatility is dampened. We're down here to the teens, 16. 10-year note still elevated, but to be honest, what's king is just the S&P price. So there's been warnings for a while. Man, we had warnings a year ago. We had warnings in 2023. Yeah, we did. That was at 400. Yeah, now we're at 600. So as long as the price continues to go up, I think it's bullish. Quickly checking in on two more quick things here. I want to look at NVIDIA because I think a lot of people are looking at this one and thinking, what do we do? If you're already in, you want to think about, is the chart giving me any reason to get out? Not really. That's a bottoming pattern. So if it's a bottoming pattern, I would expect to see higher lows from here. If we get higher lows, great. That's defense. If we want the chart to advance closer to $4 trillion, what do we need? New all-time highs, which means we need higher highs. All right. Thank you very much for tuning in. Watch the video on the left or come hang out with me at 9:15 a.m. tomorrow. Thanks so much.